Hey, what's up, Facebook? Just want to talk today about finding who we are. Yesterday, we said that we've got to know whose we are so that we know who we are so that we can go out and do what God has called us to do. And I want to dig in a little bit more to that and say that a lot of times the reason why our search for happiness becomes this circular thing that's kind of ongoing, never ending, is because we keep digging in a well that's never going to produce water. It's like we keep, mining in a mine for gold that's never going to produce gold, when right over there we've got a mine full of gold, and if we just go over there we'd find tons of gold. But let's stay on the analogy. The analogy is water. So here's what we do in our life. We go into a well, we dig, and we're looking for water. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we find, a substitute, or maybe we find something that just tastes a little bit good, and so we think we'll find more. I don't know. But the most part is dry. We dig more, we dig more, we dig more. It's still dry. Meanwhile, there's a well right over there, like 2 steps away, 10 steps away, that's like overflowing with water. And yet for some reason we don't go there. And the analogy is true. It's that simple. We're digging in a well where there's no water. We keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper, getting ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's no water, and yet there's water right over there. Now, what's that digging deeper look like, practically in our lives? What it looks like is this. We say, if I could just get married, I'd be happy finally. So we get married. And then we drink from that well and think that's going to satisfy us, and it doesn't. If we can just have kids, I've always dreamed of having kids, then I can drink from that well and it'll satisfy, and it doesn't. If I could just have that career, then I could drink from that and it would satisfy, and it doesn't. So I've got to change careers, or I'm in the right career, but I haven't reached the right level in the career. First I got this promotion and I thought that was going to make me happy, but it wasn't enough. So then I had to get another one, then another one. And now I'm currently sitting pretty high up in the company or whatever I'm doing, but it still must not be enough. And the reason I know it's not enough is because I'm not, hey, Casey Schloss, is because I'm not satisfied, right? Everything is measured on whether we're happy or not. And I'm actually going to probably surprise you by saying you're measuring correctly. You should measure on whether you're happy, you're satisfied or not. The problem is that you're going to the wrong place, that we're going to the wrong place to get happy and satisfied, and we stay there. We don't learn from the mistake. And the reason we don't learn from the mistake is because of perspective. We don't realize we're in the same well digging deeper. We think that we're jumping to other wells, like, first I had to get a boyfriend, then I had to get married, then I had to have kids, then I had to have a career, then I had to do well in the career, then I had to get involved in my church or my community or whatever, then I had to have a hobby, then I had to have friends that I go out and have weekends with, all this kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with any of that, by the way, but we think those are all different wells. They're not. They're all one well because they're totally separate from who we are. They're just things that we do. They're roles that we have. So they are one well, and it's dry. And at the end of the day, it's dry. I don't care how well you do. I don't care if you're the best mom ever. I don't care if you have 10 kids. I don't care if you have 1 kid and you're the best mom ever. I don't care if you're the best wife ever. I don't care if you're at the top of your company. You know it's true. And then there's one well over here. There's only 2 wells. The fallacy is in thinking that there are more than 2 wells. The fallacy is in thinking, I've got 100 wells to potentially drink from. How in the world in my life am I ever going to figure out what's going to make me happy? Because there's hundreds to choose from and go taste, see if there's any water for me to drink from. That's not true. There's only 2. There's one, what you do or the roles that you have, and there's the other, whose you are. And as we talked about yesterday, whose you are, I believe, is you're created by God. You have a creator. You're not here by accident. The reason you have purpose in the first place is someone gave you the purpose. I don't think that purpose follows accident. I think that purpose follows purposefulness, right? Does that make sense? There's got to be someone who had intention for you in order for you to have purpose, and you know how you have purpose in your life. So if you will go to the well where it's the one who made you, and you will dig deeper into whose you are, not what you do or what roles you have, that's when you'll find happiness and satisfaction. Let me just end by, not being just so kind of out there, but give you some practical ways to do that. That means that as you're searching for happiness, you should be spending a lot more time developing greater intimacy with God. That means the cry of your heart, based on who you are, which is you belong to Him, should be that your desire should be to want to get to know Him as much as you possibly can. You should have a cry in your heart to pray more, a cry in your heart to pray for others more, a cry in your heart to read the Bible, I believe, because I believe my Creator, wrote it. You should have a cry in your heart to fellowship with other people who are also His sons and daughters, this kind of stuff, right? Your number one desire every day when you wake up and throughout your day should be, I want to know you more, because knowing you more lets me know me more, because I belong to you. And if I can know you more, I can know me more. And that's it. That's where I can stop. That's happiness. That's satisfaction. Everything else flows out of that. And I can go do my roles. I can go do my things. And it's not even a question if I'm going to have to take, because I can give so much. So let's just end with the thought that there are not 100 wells, okay? You don't need to go try them all out. I can promise you there's one that has water, all the others don't, all right? One has water, all the others don't. All the others are there. Let me just blow our minds here for a second. All the other wells are there for you to pour water into them. Bam. All the other wells are there, for us to pour water into them. Where do we get the water? From the other well over there that's full of water. That's whose we are. Then go into what you do and pour out. Pour out. Stop going into the wells that don't have any water and looking for water. Go to the well that has it. Pour in the ones that don't. That's it. All right. Thanks, guys.